You know what I'm saying? Everybody just sharing what they think. I ain't gonna say they think, what they know life to be. Because I tell, we all from one source, but all of us got sources that sparked up there, because we all gotta come do our own journey. You understand?
We're here for that.
And we here for our own journey. But we don't need nothing. We have everything. We already everything. We don't need anything out of ourselves. We just forgot who we are. We got to get back in remembrance. And how are we going to get back in remembrance if we keep being busy? We have to sit down and slow it down. Because once we slow it down, we can get to understand who we are. Because it's not until we get silent into that stillness within, that's who you need to be speaking to. You understand? I don't want people to be spending a whole bunch of time. What I say is, yes, you need spiritual teachers. Yes, you're going to need somebody to help or say a word. Because the words, everybody going to say something or something that's going to spark something in you. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. That's what's the road of life. Everybody you go past, somebody can say good morning. Somebody can have a conversation on the blue and say something that you needed to hear that day and made you feel good. That's just what life is about. But with who the people I'm talking to, my audience, I'm talking to the people who had the road like me, the I walk like me. I'm just talking from the experience of a little stuff to help them not have to spend a lot of time if you seeking, you understand, on a whole bunch of stuff that I did. That's what the purpose I'm saying. You understand? That's all I'm saying is you ain't got to spend a whole lot of time outside of yourself when all you got to do is be with yourself. What I mean by that is I spend a whole lot of time going church to church, doing all that when you can just get still and quiet. You understand? Get you some read up on it. Don't just make it religion. Go beyond that. Anything words you don't know, just don't let nobody else tell you what the word is. Research that word. Dig in that word. Figure out how that word feel with you. How it resonate in your heart. What the Spirit telling you about that word. Not what nobody else telling them about the word. What is it telling you about the word? You understand? How's it making you feel? You understand? Is it making you feel better about yourself? Is it making your aura better? Is it making your surrounding, your journey better, your life better? Don't make the change, because people get so spiritual and so mixed up spiritual sometimes, they forget that it's a duality to this thing, that we got to tap up and down. Then some people get so spiritual that they think they better than the people who ain't at the level they at now. So how they sharing when they looking down at another person? You understand? It got to be, everybody got to be able to just be truthful, be real. I only know how to be real, man. And I can't be around fake, phony people. I don't like fake, phony people. I like humble, luminous beings who know who they are. That's it. You ain't gotta be right. You ain't gotta be right all the time. We each one teach one. We can laugh about it. We ain't gotta be mad about it. We fall down, we get up together. Hee hee ha ha. Let's work this thing out. We got to just get more in togetherness and start working more like a team. Stop being, because you can't make it out here alone, like you said. You got to be a togetherness. But you got to use your discernment too. Because you got to watch everybody. Because some people come in spiritual, got other agendas. You got to watch people's words and their actions. It's a real warfare out here, Mr. Ronald. People going through real emotional turmoil. It's not what people say, it's how people walk. People can say whatever the fuck they want to say. They can tell you how they can tell you who they want to be in a minute. But they ain't gonna be able to walk for a good 10 days before they trip. Then you'll see the real them.
But that's their problem.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But if it's in your aura, that's why I try to tell you, gotta be ready to stay away from people. Because
and the reason why I say that's their problem, because as we move in spiritual growth and development, we see all that.
Yeah.
And we don't concern ourselves with that.
No, but we have to be discernment of it.
Each individual who come here on this earth have to go through development. And they go through development and experiencing by experiencing what you just expressed. And then they grow and they come to the realization that I see what this thing is all about. You know? So what I gotta do is I gotta become independent. Not selfish, but independent to grow and development and learn the lesson that I'm supposed to receive while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
If I pass on without learning those lessons, then I have to come back. Those are the laws of the universe. So when you realize that, you try to learn as much as you can,
Exactly.
so you don't have to repeat it. And come back and go through the mental anxiety and the grief and all the stuff that you just experienced about other people and what happened and this and that. And some people who come to the realization of the spiritualness, they see where they can grow in development and how they can use other people and they start churches and this and that. And it's all about getting over for materialistic values. But everybody is not here for that. They're here to learn the lessons that they need to learn to go on to the next level in the spiritual world.
Right.
Beyond the physical body. The growth and development. You know?
Mm-hmm.
There's other planes that they have to travel and go to. Rather than to come here and don't pass and then pass away, then gotta come back. When they don't have to come back. They can learn their lesson while they're here.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to the other planes, the spiritual planes. There's different planes.
Mm-hmm. It's evolution.
Right.
That's what life is about. Constant evolving.
Correct.
It's no top.
No who?
It's no just top. It's no top of the pyramid.
Right.
You understand? It's no hierarchy.
Right.
You understand? That's what I mean.
Right.
Because in churches, in the pyramid, in the Masonic, it's a hierarchy.
Right.
Because every time you reach one God, is another God. It's another. You know, it's the game. It's the pyramid game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that's trapped in that mental of the pyramid. You understand? Of a hierarchy. When they are the hierarchy.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people who get trapped. Because that's what's going on with people who go to church. They believe in a hierarchy. So they believe in someone over top of them.
Right.
So they praising another deity over top of them.
Oh, they go through rituals. And I know you mentioned the Masonics.
Yes.
You know, and
But when you do rituals, you praising another deity.
right. And
yes.
I remember when I used to study that, you know, and they had some questions and answers, and they used to say, from which come down? From the Holy St. John, Jerusalem. What come down here to do? To subdue my passion, prove myself a Mason. How did I know you to be a Mason? By certain signs and perfect point of my interest. You see what I'm saying? But there's a lot of in-depth in the saying that add up to what we're talking about. But that's something they keep go through to keep a person in search, you know? And all the time, they charging you for the first degree, the second degree, you know? When in reality, you can get it free by just going within yourself.
That's what
Sitting
I'm saying.
still, being still.
That's all I've been saying the whole 2 hours. We just gotta sit still. When you don't sit still, other people gonna think for you. If you don't sit still, other people gonna be your gods. If you don't get still, other people gonna run your life. If you keep looking at shit outside of you and you keep speaking on that shit, that's gonna be your control. Because your mouth is what you gonna become. So that's why in the mirror, you every morning, you gonna say, girl, you bad as I don't know what. Today, your day, you gonna be all that sweet. Get up every morning. You gotta be able to speak that to yourself. Because once you already got yourself in order, everything else come in order. It's from the end that we project out these eyes and come out. But everything is ready happening inside. It's not even happening out there. But if you don't know what's going on in there, in all of this right here, you're going to be swayed. That's why somebody can say something you can flick, and then you ever have been mad? And you have been, they said it at 9 o'clock in the morning, you still talk about it at 8 o'clock in the morning. Girl, let me tell you what she did to me this morning. That girl took your day from 9 a.m., you lost one whole day. One whole day, you gave all that energy to one subject that happened early that morning. And all that energy went over there. And then you don't even realize that's mental energy too. That's the worst kind of energy. Because it drains every bone in your body. I'm trying to tell you, you ever feel like that? You be outside all day and don't even be tired, but you can do something mental and your whole body ready to shut down. That's what I tell you, man. I'm just saying, it's just, it's a lot. We getting there. It's just, there was growth and development. Each one teach one.
Right, and the realization that we're born into a culture that is totally against us, against your true nature. You're born into that.
Oh my God, say that one more time.
You're born into that.
You're born into a culture. Say it again. A culture that is against your nature. Purposely. So that's why I say, whatever they tell you to do the opposite. It's because this world is upside down. You see what I'm saying? If they tell you to go left, you better go motherfucker right. Because if you go left, you going with the masses. That's why I don't watch TV. People say, why? You got to see what's going on. Why? When I'm controlling my own destiny. I control my own destiny.
One of the things about watching TV is that there's a word called subliminal suggestion. And when subliminal suggestion, like watching TV or doing other things that have that effect, it controls you. You don't even know it controls you. You know, because subliminal suggestion is like consciously going into your subconscious. And implanted within your subconscious.
And you don't even know you get planted.
Right. And then you begin to do the things that they want you to do, the powers be want you to do, without even realizing you doing those things.
And they don't even realize they do that with the music.
See what I'm saying?
They doing that with the video games.
See what I'm saying?
See, and then here's the thing, just what me and Ronald saying. Who you going, when you listen, death is not bad. They lied about that.
That's right.
You got to sit down with yourself, your real self. That's what it's about. You're going to be mad that you got sucked in this program, and all of them, it's like on the movie Sinners. Ain't nobody pushed you to go to that church. You went and got there. You went up in that church on your own will right there. Ain't nobody pushed to make you go do them. You did that shit on your own will every day.
Yeah.
You never sat down and said, hold up, what the fuck? Why am I doing this? You never questioned it. You understand? Then I look at people who wait till they get to their 60s. They never ate healthy. Me and you said. They played around. Then after that, they say, oh man, you got diabetes, sugar diabetes. They get the pills. They still don't eat. They still eating the same shit, right? Yeah. Same shit. And think they could take a pill on top and still eat the dinner. Now, fuck it. They on dialysis now. They gone now because the pill is too, they working and they still eat. They just putting more on top of it. Now their energy gone and because they sat down. Because when you get that sick, that's what you got to do. Sit down. So guess what? They in the hospital sitting down. Right? Now they got time to think. But now they got to think, now their energy gone. See, your health is your wealth. They making you go out here and lose your health to get wealth. So by the time, that's why I told my mother I retired, man. You know, I retired because, excuse me, your health is your wealth. If I sat at that job on my feet, banging for another 30 years, 20 years, Man, I'll be bent over.
And then the question is, I go all these years to become a doctor. I'm talking about a doctor who is a medical doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody gets sick. So I gotta get somebody to get sick. So it's set up for people to get sick. Now when you get sick, you can come to me.
And what do you prescribe?
All my years of going to school can pay off now. Now I'll sit down and write you a prescription. Now you gotta go to the pharmacy.
And they were another doctor.
Right. But see, now I make a lot of money off of the pills that I can make to sell to you. So the whole thing is a trap.
Yeah.
To keep you a victim.
Yeah. So now you took the prescription. He already charged. He got the money. He told you sick. You believed it. Your body is self-healing generator.
Right.
It generates itself. It's all natural. I'm trying to tell you, the water got memory. Your water can heal you. Water got memory. You can live on water for 30 days. You don't need food. Sun is your main source. Sun is our first source before we even start eating. Your intestines not even supposed to be for food. It's only supposed to be for air. So we harmonize because we energy. And when we operate on a high optimum, our bodies harmonize and make frequencies so we connect with the energy of the earth. So now we moving with the plants and the energy of the earth. We don't have to do anything now. The earth moving with us. It's telling us we correspond with everything around us because we are everything with it. But our system is distorted with the food we eat. Now look what they doing with the food. They done gave this guy named Bill Gates. He started building computers. Now he in charge of the motherfucking food. How the man that build computers in charge of the food now? What he know that you don't know? The same shit I know. If you eat it, that shit they put in it, it get in your system. So those are the chemical reactions that you be having. You don't know why you flicked off on somebody. You don't know why you doing all of this stuff. You don't know why you acting some way. Think about the foods you ate. Look at the ingredients on the back of the package. Read them. Look them up. Look what's in it. But you a God. You self-generate. You only need 7 days to flush 30 to get you right. 7 years, you a brand new person. Don't let them tell you nothing different, man. I'm trying to tell you. Why they spending all this time making millions of dollars to make you buy stuff? You see what I'm saying? Who is that important? The consumers. If you ain't consuming, they can't sell. So you got to figure out what you faming off of. That's when I try to tell you, man, we got to stop being contradictory. We do. We got to stop saying we don't do shit, but we really do it in another form. There's no enemy out here. There's nobody else doing nothing to us. We sovereign. The shit they doing is the ones that we allow them to do because we won't sit down and do the work and study who we are. I ain't tell you to go study nobody else. I ain't tell you to go study sweets. I ain't tell you to look up. I told you to study who you are. Why I wake up at this time every morning? Why I breathe like this? Why I'm with this family? Who is these kids I got? That's the shit you need to ask yourself. Why they here? I ain't tell you to go tell your friend to tell you. Sit down with yourself. Because everything you ask, you get an answer for. But if you got all the noise, it get distorted and you see that shit as something else. This is a real game called life, man. I'm just here to spread the word so you don't have to come back down here and do this thing again. I'm not coming back. I'm done. Tone 13. I'm here to save you, man. I'm here to wake up the consciousness of the planet. That's my job. I'm rising. You rising with me. We rising together. The more the merrier. The bigger the light. The stronger the shine. We stronger together than apart. I don't even know why we gotta be apart. It's all in your ego. The one you gotta leave here. I told y'all, the ego is never your real you. It's always delayed. It can never stay in the now. The only thing real is the only thing that can be in the now. Think about that. So I'm going to leave y'all with this, man. We going to some real purgative times next month. So when you sit down and get these gifts under the tree and think about Christmas and all that stuff, start preparing for a cold winter. I ain't here to scare you. I'm here to prepare you. And the first thing you got to prepare, I ain't tell you go buy shit. You got to prepare your mind, your mental. You got to prepare your heart. You got to slow down that nervous system. You got to stop eating all that food, clogging you up, distorting your true self, making you look outside yourself for yourself. Ain't nothing out there. You gonna keep suffering because none of that shit is fulfilling. None of it. It's temporary gratification. Just like going to the club. 2 hours, pop, lock, and drop it. Next thing you know, you back to square one. Same shit. Get off the pattern. Get off the motherfucking first wheel. It's time to rise, y'all. You ain't got to do it alone. You ain't got to be scared. Tap in. I'm out here. I'm ready. You ready, Ronald?
Ready.
We ready. We rising out here. That's why we started this podcast, man. I'm trying to tell you, each one teach one. You ready? Let's know. Let us know, man. Leave a comment. Let us know. Peace.